Welcome my good smelling friends. Today it's finally happening. Today, most of you perfume oil lovers watching this channel will finally get to find out which of these two most popular oil producing or perfume oil producing companies, Generic Perfumes and Perfume Parlour, are going to be head to head, and we're going to find out which one is the best. But I'm not just going to put one on my left hand and the other one on my right hand and just compare them side by side. But no, there's a lot more to talk about when we're going to try to find out which of these perfume oil companies is the best. So first things first, what you're going to encounter when you're going to try to purchase one of these: the website. And I do think that the website is really important because it has to be user-friendly, it has to be easy to browse through, and most important, it must be easy to finish purchasing something. And on this chapter, I have to give props to Generic Perfumes. Even though their site is a bit more simpler, it's more user-friendly, especially to the eye. There's also an About Us section, which is missing from Perfume Parlour's website. And Perfume Parlour's website overall, to me, looks more like a blog. Moving on to the next chapter, we're going to compare the design of the bottles. And not only the design, but also the usability. Perfume Parlour's bottles have the classic perfume oil design, but I really do love the sticker on them. They do give it like a more classy feel to them. It's not like your regular perfume oil. And also the rollerball works perfectly. I had no issue so far, no leakings. So yeah, I do really enjoy using the bottles from Perfume Parlour. On the other side, Generic Perfumes, and I did compare the latest version of the bottle design from Generic Perfumes because they went through some different designs over the time. And this is their final version. It looks really nice, it's pretty unique, it's colorful, it's cute, it's simplistic as well. Overall, I prefer the bottles coming from Perfume Parlour, mostly because of the good looking sticker, and also the cap feels a bit more solid. Moving on, it's the most interesting part of the video. We're going to compare the smell. For this particular test, I ordered from Perfume Parlour the most common smells, which is Baccarat Rouge and Aventus. And here I'm going to take a pause and say that I'm not really a big fan of the names coming from Perfume Parlour. For example, Baccarat Rouge on their website and on their bottles is called Card Red. But if you do search for Baccarat Rouge on their website, you're going to get this one. So you don't have to search exactly for Card Red. On the other hand, Generic Perfumes has name really close to the original names. So Baccarat Rouge Perfume Parlour, Baccarat Rouge Generic Perfumes. I tested these not only like I said, side by side on the arm or on the hand. Now I did this like a full day of wearing. I even asked Ivana, my girlfriend, to wear it a day to get a full understanding of the smell. And here I'm going to pause again and say that I did a comparison with the first version of Baccarat Rouge coming from Generic Perfumes. They also offer like higher grade oils, A+, A++, and this is their first version because Perfume Parlour doesn't offer more than the regular version. So right from the start, I could notice that the oil coming from Perfume Parlour was more powerful. It was stronger. It could fill a small room, but it was also a bit more synthetic. I mean, in the oil coming from Generic Perfumes, I was able to detect the citruses more clear, but they were really similar, not only between each other, but really close to the original version. As the fragrances dried down, they become more and more similar to each other, but all this syntheticness that the oil coming from Perfume Parlour has helped it last longer, like a lot longer than the one from Generic Perfumes, and also to project better. So even though in the opening the oil coming from Generic Perfumes smelled better, the one from Perfume Parlour lasted longer, projected better, so I do have to say that this one was better. But then again, I was comparing these two with the first version from Generic Perfumes. Like I said, they do offer some A+ grade oils, and those ones are clearly better than this one. I know that because I also did that test, but the ones that are A+ grades, they are obviously a bit more expensive. The second test was Creed Aventus. Now here, there was a bigger difference. Perfume Parlour version, which by the way is called Avalanche Fruity, which obviously is trying to recreate the fruity batch of Creed Aventus, smells more smokier and it smells more similar to Creed Aventus in the opening because it has more pineapple, it has a bit of that birch that's in the opening again. And the one from Generic Perfumes is more, it's also fruity, but it's more lemony, it's also more musky. And even if this sounds that, again, the Perfume Parlour version is better, it is not. Unfortunately, after this opening, which is really good, disappears, fades away in like an hour, you're going to get a whole more lot of birch. And that's going to ruin the fragrance because you're getting a lot of smoke and you're losing more and more of the other notes. And you're going to get this birch on and on. It's going to get sickening at this point. And also at that point, it reminded me of Afnan Supremacy Silver, which again is a fragrance which smells very similar to Creed Aventus in the opening, but then the birch ruins it. The Generic Perfume version stays pretty much the same until the end and keeps the beautiful Creed Aventus-like smell that we all love. And if in the Baccarat Rouge test the Perfume Parlour version had better performance, here it's completely the other way around. The Creed Aventus perfume oil from Generic Perfumes projects better, lasted a lot longer, and was overall better. And again, this is just their first version. They also have Aventus A+, A++, which is more closer to the original one and has even a more better performance. Now we have come to the point where we have to discuss about the price. The 10ml roll-on from Perfume Parlour costs £5. That's about $6.50. The 10ml version from Generic Perfume costs $15. Obviously, it is more expensive. Now, for me, it was clear that the Creed Aventus version from Generic Perfumes was better, but I don't know if it was 3 times better. And the Baccarat version was $6.75 for 10ml as well on the Perfume Parlour website, and it was again $15 on Generic Perfumes website. £6.75 to US dollars is about $9 US. Again, the version from Perfume Parlour was cheaper. Both of these companies offer worldwide shipping, which is done pretty fast, but of course ordering from Perfume Parlour, if you are around the UK, because that's where they are based at, is going to get you to pay a lower price when it comes to shipping rather than ordering from Generic Perfumes, which are based in the Middle East. But then again, if you are in the Middle East, it's going to be cheaper for you, most likely, to order from Generic Perfumes. So overall, I have to say that these companies are going head to head. Perfume Parlour is the most and the more established company when it comes to perfume oils because they have been there longer, and at least we on YouTube have found out about them earlier. But Generic Perfumes come strong. They offer a more wider variety of perfumes. You have a lot of perfumes to choose from, and again, if you are in the Middle East, this is probably the best choice for you when it comes to perfume oils. So this was the video. These were the 2 best and most popular perfume oil companies on YouTube put head to head. This was my opinion. What do you have to say about these 2 companies? Which one is your favorite? Please leave a comment below and give a bit more details, not just I like more Perfume Parlour or I like more Generic Perfumes. And until the next video, keep smelling great.